Greetings, medieval people. I am William Fitzstephen, and today we are going to be reviewing the Dominus Gladius synthetic training mace. Alright, so that footage that I just showed there was some of my pel work using this Dominus Gladius mace. I've had this, I think, for about 8 months now. Dominus Gladius sent me a whole bunch of their products between 6 and 8 months ago. And we have been putting these things through the ringer. I mean, we have not been babying these things. As you can see from the video, we were not taking it light. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of footage using this mace specifically. We have a lot, with the poleaxes and the warhammers and that sort of thing. And that's just, sort of the way that things worked out. But we've been using these things at our regular training practices pretty frequently now for the time period that we've had them. And I'll say that they have held up really well. So kind of just going down the pro list, I think this thing would be legal for EMP as well as, your harness fectin training, HEMA, that sort of thing. And this thing certainly packs a punch. I mean, it is super sturdy. First of all, you can hit as hard as you want. And we have not been able to break it yet. And it's taken very little damage too, as you guys can see, for repeated, fairly frequent use. It's still in relatively good condition. I mean, it almost looks as good as it did when it came out of the box. The other cool thing about it, it's pretty light, but there is a small threaded hole here in the bottom. This is the version 1. I believe the version 2 may come with a threaded rod in there, but you can take a metal rod and thread it in there to add some extra weight and sturdiness to it if you so choose. I've left mine pretty much how it is. I'm pretty happy with it. And yeah, I mean, these things right here, these little flanges, if you gap somebody with these, like in between armor plates, really freaking hurts. So this thing seriously wallops pretty freaking hard on your opponents and your friends and stuff like that. But because it's synthetic, it's a nylon 3D printed material, really is not that dangerous to causing bodily harm or anything like that, like a steel mace would be, for example. So you can get away with using your SCA, your EMP armor, even probably HEMA armor and that sort of thing, and not have to dish out thousands of dollars on a full Boohurt kit or a harness fectin kit to use this sort of thing, which is one of the things I love about the whole line of Dominus Gladius gear and weapons and stuff like that. Really the only cons that I had with this is not anything with Dominus Gladius at all. It's more just personal preference. I never used a mace before getting this, and I'd say the mace is just it's not really one of my favorite weapons. And one of the issues that I have with it is just the length. It's just really short. And again, this isn't anything against Dominus Gladius, because they're basing these designs off of historical examples. So, no qualms against them at all. I understand that this is the, surviving historical model that it was based off of was, this same length. So, I understand that. And, it just kind of is what it is. But, yeah, I don't like the short reach on it. With the Warhammer, for example, you've got the ability to make it, if you're going to put a haft on it, you've got the ability to make it as long or short as you want. So I've made my Warhammer a little bit longer. Again, not by much, but with that thrusting tip, you can reach a little bit further, and just for me, personal preference, I'm not a huge fan of the mace. using it at our practices and some training fights and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just it's not my favorite weapon. So again, this isn't against Dominus Gladius. It's just, you know, personal preference. Not a huge fan of it. And if, you know, I was going to make one, you know, to different specs, I would probably make it a little bit longer, maybe a foot longer or something like that. I don't know. But generally, you know, personal preference aside, personal, you know, choice aside, I do like it. I think this is a really solid build. And I think if you're starting up a HEMA group or a harness fecting group or anything like that, and you've got new guys, or even if, you know, you have experienced guys and they have full harness fecting kits, these are still great trainers. They're not going to do the wear and tear and the damage on your armor like steel on steel does. You know, so even if you've got experienced guys that have the really expensive boot hurt and harness fecting kits, you can use these regularly and not have to worry about, you know, as many rivets and dents and stuff like that. Obviously, there's always going to be wear and tear when you're fighting in armor, but not as much with these. And then also, if you've got newer guys that don't have full steel kits, they don't have harness fecting kits or whatnot, you can get away with using these in plastic armor. I actually have a set here, sort of what we use as a starter armor for EMP. You can just take these, you know, plastic water barrels and, you know, bang on this all day long, and it's not an issue, you know. So they're really great for that, and I love that you can get the dynamics, you can get the fundamentals of using these weapons down without as much, you know, risk to bodily injury and that sort of thing. So I really love what Dominus Gladius is doing. I really appreciate them sending us this so we could try this out. I'll have some more reviews coming out soon on the Warhammer, the Poleaxe, which I've had for about the same amount of time now. And those reviews will be coming out probably in a couple weeks or so. But this is the first one. Like I said, we've had it for about 8 months now. It's going to be almost a year here soon. So I figured I'd go ahead and give a full, you know, good review of it. And yeah, so that's what we think of it. And I think these run around $55, $60 on their website. So if you guys are at all interested, if the mace is your thing and you want to try one out before getting a steel one, go check out Dominus Gladius. I'm going to put the link to their store down in the description, and you guys can get you a mace head like this or any of their other weapons. So that's going to be it for this video. Besides that, check out our sponsor, our shop, Lords and Ladies, which is www.medievalgear.shop. I'll put the link to that down in the bio as well if you guys are interested in medieval shields, candles, rosaries, etc. They've got it all on the website there, so go ahead and check that out. It helps to create more videos like this and just keep us moving. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, like and comment. We'll keep making more. Thank you.